Hey guys, it's Liv here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing our first VGC Draft League game against Hopeless. If you guys enjoy this and you want to see more, of course, leave a like and subscribe, and with that said, just stay tuned every Sunday for these videos. But I should, I guess, go into my team first, which I did forget to do. I'm going to quickly throw an image on screen right over here. The team consists of Garchomp, Gyarados, Skeledirge, Kilowattrel, Espathra, Garganacl, Serena, Dunsparce, Toedscool, and Morgrem. Basically, a lot of the Pokemon in here are meant to be offensive pieces, with Garganacl, Toedscool, and Morgrem mostly just being here for support, with Garganacl being great with Wide Guard support, Toedscool being great just for Rage Powder plus Trick Room option, and then Morgrem's mostly for screens. I might make some free agents at some point, I'm not really too sure, but for the current moment, this is the team that we have. And my opponent's team for this week consists of Annihilape, Volcarona, Meowscarada, Tatsugiri, Tinkaton, Camerupt, Bellibolt, Oranguru, Staraptor, and Goodra. So as far as the people in the pool of 8 go for this league, Hopeless, as far as I'm aware, is one of the most experienced in terms of VGC Draft League, so I'm a little bit worried about this matchup. I think some things that were scaring me the most were Annihilape plus Volcarona as a lead, or potentially stuff with Tinkaton alternating with one of those two, or Oranguru plus like Tinkaton or Annihilape into like a Bellibolt win con. Those are probably the things I am the most scared of. But with that said, first up on the team we have Garchomp with the Life Orb Terra ground set. This is Rock Slide, Earthquake, Sword Dance, and Protect. Ultimately, Hopeless didn't really have any reason for me to actually need to run Clear Amulet in this mon. The worst case I guess would be Intimidate Raptor, but it loses out on a lot of damage output this way, and I figured ultimately the Life Orb damage was way too good to not run it. With this set, of course, at +2, I should be able to OHKO practically everything that's not Terra on this team, with one of Rock Slide or Earthquake, so I'm pretty excited for this mon to just go ham. Ultimately, I'm probably going to need some sort of speed control in my favor, or just hope my opponent doesn't utilize it, but even still, Garchomp in general outpaces so many things on this team. With the 244 speed Jolly, we're creeping Volcarona with this, so and the rest is just an attack with 12 in HP just because. Up next, we do have Kilowattrel with the Focus Sash. I have Tailwind, Protect, Discharge, and Hurricane. My primary attack in this game is probably going to be Hurricane, just considering the fact that my opponent's only real flying resists are Tinkaton and Bellibolt, and I think that only one of them is going to come. I think the team comp will either be Meowscarada, Annihilape, Volcarona, Tinkaton, and then like probably Final Gambit Raptor, and then Tatsugiri. You could also maybe throw Goodra on there as well. I think AV Goodra could be pretty good, or it's going to be complete opposite route with Annihilape, Volcarona, Bellibolt, Oranguru, and then probably like Tinkaton, and then maybe Tatsugiri or Goodra. Final Gambit Raptor also works here, but the point being is I think that realistically Hurricane is such a good spammable option because I don't think they'll bring both of their electric resists, both their flying resists. Discharge is also pretty good with Garchomp in tandem, and the two realistically do function as a strong lead here, Garchomp, Kilowattrel, and I think that there's a good chance I'll probably be leading off with that in at least one of the sets. But ultimately, that was mon just designed to creep everything on Hopeless's team that's not Scarfer, so we're pretty set to get up a Tailwind here. We have Gyarados up next with the Intimidate ability with the Clear Amulet. I threw Clear Amulet on Gyarados just in case of Final Gambit Raptor. Also, it's valuable for stuff like Icy Wind, Tatsugiri, as I am a Dragon Dance moveset. We have Waterfall, Earthquake, Terra Blast, Flying, and Dragon Dance. With Terra Blast Flying, we're mostly meant for stuff like Volcarona, which I think will Terra Grass here for Chomp, though Terra Water is also valuable. It's also great for stuff like Meowscarada, and even Annihilate potentially. With Earthquake and Waterfall just being my primary stabs here. With the Adamant Nature 220 speed, I should be able to +1 to outpace the entire team, so I'm definitely fine here, again, barring a Scarfer. Up next, we have Garganacl with the Terra Fairy. This set is designed to just be a really good Annihilate check with Recover, Body Press, Salt Cure, and Iron Defense. Essentially, I could just go for Salt Cure and Annihilate, just start setting up Iron Defenses, and as long as it's not Bulk Up, I should be pretty set. With Terra Fairy, of course, to turn into a Fighting Resist, this should be great in terms of stuff like Close Combat or Drain Punch from Annihilate. And really, it's just here for Annihilate because it's such a good threat to my team with the Bulk Up set. Depending on the Terra type, I could just outright lose to it with any other mon, but Garganacl is really valuable for this. So it's also just a really good Fizdef wall. Like, this could still in theory check stuff like Meowscarada, barring Flower Trick, it's one exception. But at the same time though, I could potentially play around that. But again, we'll have to see. We have Morgrem up next. We're bringing the Morgrem with the Light Clay. This has Prankster with Taunt, Parting Shot, Reflecting Light Screen. Really just meant to be good screen support. Helps with stuff like Garchomp and Gyarados becoming win cons this matchup, and that's pretty much it. It's a really low point mon because I couldn't just draft whatever the fuck I wanted to on a team. I had to go round robin style, so Grim was already gone obviously for a while now. So we have Morgrem, and it's just doing the job of Grim. Final mon of the team though is Skeledirge. Now this is a really good Trick Room win con for me in my opinion. We have Torch Song, Slack Off, Terra Blast, and Shadow Ball with Terra Blast Water. This is mostly for the Volcarona plus Camerupt combination, with my stabs handling pretty much everything else here. I think a Skeledirge in general is a really good option, especially for the Belly Bolt, because I can pre-Terra, utilize this in Trick Room to Room Service to underpace them, and before, when Oranguru, let's say, going for a Trick Room, I can Torch Song into it, and then I can go for a second Torch Song, and I should be able to pretty much guarantee beat it. With the one exception, I guess, maybe being if it's like really fat Spidef, I might get rolled by it, but even still, pre-Terra, I should chew it. And then I can go for post-Terra for Terra Water to start resisting stuff like Volcarona a little bit better, while getting a better offensive damage output against it, or potentially Terra Fire and Annihilate as well, which could be really useful. Ultimately, though, that's going to be my team this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and with that said, let's get right to the battle. Peace out, guys. Hey guys, it's Liv here. We're here with game 1 of our best of 3 set against my good pal Hopeless for our VGC Draft League for our first game. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and if you do, leave a like and subscribe, and with that said, let's get started. So we know that the 6 that my opponent can bring are Annihilate, Tatsugiri Red, they're bringing Meowscarada, they're bringing Volcarona, Tinkaton, and Staraptor. So they did bring the Staraptor. I'm very much so glad that I brought at least Clear Amulet on one of my mons. Hopeless will have to figure out which one that is, of course, but it's still valuable nonetheless. Almost brought on Garchomp, but the damage output was so bad with Clear Amulet. Not that it's like unusable, but Hopeless just had a lot of really bulky mons. In terms of the 6, I'm not exactly too shocked to see the 6, but the only thing I am kind of shocked about is the fact that Hopeless didn't go for Trick Room, because I thought it was pretty good against my team, but I still have Skeleton nonetheless. We're going to lead off with Kilowattrel, and definitely Kilowattrel Garchomp game 1. I think it should be a pretty strong lead against majority of things here. We'll go for... Am I going to go with Kilowattrel Garchomp? I think I'm actually going to go with Kilowattrel and Gyarados game 1. I'm going to go with Garchomp in the back, and I think that Mon number 4 is going to be the Garganacl. Garganacl will probably be my Terramon. I'm almost certain Garganacl will be my Terramon, though I say that, and I'm probably going to change it within 5 minutes. So, good luck and fun to my opponent, though. Yeah, let's get into it. Meowscarada would probably be the worst lead for me, truthfully, and I think it's the only lead that would instigate me going for Terraflying and Gyarados immediately right now. So, we'll just have to see what they end up leading off with. Tatsugiri Annihilate. Okay, then I am definitively not leading on. I'm not clicking Terra on either mon here, actually. I think realistically clicking Terra would actually be a huge throw. So, what I'm going to proceed to do, they are Defiant, a little unfortunate, but it's not a huge concern. I'm going to actually just click... I'm going to click Protect, Turn... No. I'm going to click Discharge. No. I said Discharge, but I meant Hurricane. I did mean Hurricane. I'm going to click Hurricane. And I'm going to click the... I'm going to click Dragon Dance, yeah. I think they're going to Final Gambit Gyarados, or they're going to go for Icy Wind, actually. Okay, so Icy Wind is fine. This isn't really a huge concern for me, truthfully. Kind of unfortunate that it was not competitive, but I did need this still to be able to take on hits from Belly Bolt, so I stand by it. Okay. So, right off the bat, Rock Slide plus Icy Wind. Very unfortunate, because if I just clicked Terra Blast into Annihilate, that would have been great. So, Icy Wind. Okay, so I think they're Scarfed and Tatsugiri. I'm almost certain they're Scarfed and Tatsugiri. Yeah, they are Scarfed. They're definitively Scarfed. Okay, so Tatsugiri is locked into Icy Wind, and Garganacl's spread move is Rock Slide. Okay, not Garganacl. Annihilate's spread move is Rock Slide. Very interesting. Kind of wishing I brought the fucking... I'm forgetting the mon. The Skeledirge right now. I feel like a Skeledirge can be really good. Regardless, though, it's not too big of a problem, because that Tatsugiri is still locked, and I'm just going to click Iron Defense here. I'm going to click Iron Defense with the Terra Fairy. I think realistically this is my best play. Actually, do I need to? I don't need to actually click it. I'm gonna preserve the information. I don't need to actually click that right now. We're gonna go for the waterfall here into Annihilate and just try and get some good damage off. I think there's I kind of had to bank off of the fact that alright, because we're clearing it. So we would have outpaced. Besides, of course, the Tatsugiri, which can perfectly creep me. So we know definitively they're Scarfed. Okay. So they just KO. Alright. Good to know. Let's see. Okay. So at the very least, going into game 2, I think that definitively I don't lead off with Tailwind, because I think Tailwind will be bad. We'll go for Terra Ground and Garchomp solely just to take a little bit less from the Icy Wind here. And I'm just going to go for the Earthquake, just for damage. Now, I think there's a good chance I might KO. I don't mind revealing Terra Ground Garchomp, just because it's not really a complex Terra type. It might just be assumed that I just went with a stab, which I'm fine with that. But ultimately, though, this was definitely a not good lead from my end, to say the least. They definitely managed to get me there. But okay. So going into game number 2, oh, we avoided the Icy Wind. Okay, that's pretty bad for my opponent, actually, I can't lie. But even still, I mean, it's bound to happen at a certain point. And the Terra Ground, at the very least, helps killing that Tatsugiri and Annihilate, actually. Holy shit. Life Orb Chomp really is a monster. Well, I'll definitely take that. Really got bailed out there, like, immensely. I got bailed out there. That might be the thing that unironically wins me game 1, but it depends on what they brought for the last 2 slots. Specifically, okay, so they have Masquerada. Okay, so the Masquerada always wins anyway. Never really matters. Okay. So going into game 2, we'll just need to keep this in mind. So they brought game 1, Masquerada / Staraptor in the back, and then they also brought Tatsugiri / Annihilate. Good to note. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna click Rock Slide here, just for damage. If they're really slow for some reason, good play, but I mean, well, not good play, terrible play actually. They're Protean, that's good information as well. Okay. Let's see. So we have a good amount of information to start at the very least. We know that they're Defiant on Annihilate, which at the very least will pressure Intimidate lead. We know that they are Choice Scarfed Tatsugiri Red, which is good to note. That means they're probably Storm Drain, but again, that's perfectly fine. So we've revealed their Choice Scarf mod at the very least. I did forget to check if they had Intimidate on Raptor, but it's not a huge concern. Regardless though, we'll see you guys in game number 2. Good luck and fun for game number 2. Okay, so moving on to game number 2. So we did see Annihilate and the Tatsugiri lead off last time. I don't know if that will really change. I feel like it's just a really strong lead against my team. What I think I'm going to end up doing, I'm actually going to lead off with, I think I'm going to lead off with the Skeletor's here. I feel like Skeletor's is a pretty decent lead. If I lead off with Skeletor's and then Kilowattrel, I think that should ultimately help round out a lot of things. I could also lead off with Chomp, though. I think I'm going to lead off... with Skeletor's, actually, yeah. Because I want to try and see if they'll go for a not... specifically, if they're going to go for a not Icy Wind here. Because I think that could actually benefit me a lot. If they're going for, like, Muddy Water instead, I could actually get up a Tailwind successfully. And I'll be pretty good. As far as my other mons, I still like Garchomp a lot here. I think Garchomp will be an offensive menace. And I think I'm going to bring Garganacl. Garganacl realistically will be pretty decent. I'm not going to tear it this game, though. I'm going to definitely tear it. Well, if they hit off with Tatsugiri again, I'm going to tear the Skeletor's, because Skeletor's or nothing else should be able to take on the... You should take on, like, any hit from that mon. And it should also be able to chew Annihilate hits pretty well anyway. And I could just proceed to go for Shadow Ball plus Tailwind at this point. Well, actually, I don't know if I really want to go for Tailwind. I'm pretty sure I underpaced Annihilate even with Tailwind up. They're going to go for Masquerada, actually. So Masquerada's fine. This has now caused a little bit of a predicament, but it's not a huge concern. We'll go for Protect here. Meanwhile, on the Skeletors, I'm going to click... What do I want to click here? I think ultimately, I'm going to click... Well, let's see. So, am I going to Terra or not? I think I'm actually going to switch. Yeah, I'm going to switch into... Go into... I feel like I kind of have to switch into Guard. No, I have to let this mon just go down. We're going to go for Torch Song here. Masquerada, if they go for like a Muddy Water set, I don't think they will, but if they do, that's fine. I need to try and use this as an opportunity to get up Tailwind, though, essentially, is what I need to do. Well, right. Oh, shit, I'll click Protect. I forgot about that. Alright, well, hopefully they'll just try and target into Kilowattrel, because it's Focus Sash. They go for Icy Wind here, that's okay. Not a huge concern, realistically. Skeletors, thankfully, takes like no damage from this. And even if they go for knockoff on Skeletors, I'm okay with this, because Protean's not going to make a difference to this damage output. They're probably also Focus Sash on this one. They're actually going to target beautiful. Okay, so this works out amazing for us. We're going to go for Torch Song here. Skeletors should be able to do a ton of damage. We will take that 100%. Okay, so now we have at least warranted my opponent possibly targeting into my Skeletors, which is pretty valuable. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to proceed to go for a Tailwind, just in the off chance that I can pull this off. And I'm going to go for a Torch Song here. If Masquerada goes, I could actually totally justify clicking the Terra on this mon. I just need Masquerada gone, and that's really all it is. So either they're going to give me the Tailwind up, which should be great for Garchomp, and I could Terra Earthquake spam, and that'll be valuable. They are going to target Skeletors. Beautiful. Okay. So this works amazing for us. So despite Kilowattrel being -1, I'm not really too concerned with this. I'm going to proceed to go for Terra Ground plus Discharge, and that should be able to get a ton of damage off of my opponent. They would basically need to have a Terra Ground option in the back or a Terra Flying option in the back, which I guess Raptor, to be fair, could be threatening for Chomp, which even still, these two pair really well in tandem with each other. Because for Terra Ground, Chomp will still do a ton of damage. Meanwhile, for Raptor coming in, Discharge will still do a ton of damage. So we're going to go for this. I should be able to claim 2 KOs right now. There's not really anything my opponent can do. And pretty much any mon they switch in, for that matter, will take a ton of damage. They're going to go into Raptor here. So be it. I don't mind Raptor coming in. And thankfully we know this is not Scarf Final Gambit, which is valuable. They're actually, so they are reckless, because they didn't get an Intimidate off. So it's good to know, because Chomp obviously could have potentially taken advantage of Intimidate, though I guess they probably didn't bring Intimidate for competitive Kilowattrel, which they probably brought Icy Wind still anyway for, because I know someone's going to ask, well, why bring Icy Wind? Probably did it because they didn't value Kilowattrel being a threat if it wasn't getting Tailwind up. So that's most likely what it was for. But Tatsugiri should take enough between the Discharge and the Earthquake here, so I'm pretty okay with this. Yeah, Tatsugiri got O-Code. Beautiful. Okay, so Tatsugiri is gone. I should mention, by the way, on my notes, / Scarada, and then Staraptor. Okay, so one thing to note, they have not actually revealed a Terramon yet, which is interesting. They're going to bring in Scarada here. Okay, this is fine. We're going to probably see a Sucker Punch here, truthfully, which I'm okay with. I'm still just going to go for Discharge here, plus Earthquake, because I don't really have a reason to not click this combination. And even if they Sucker Punch one of my mons, I'm not too concerned with this. They're going to go for Sucker Punch. It's probably going to be Kilowattrel. That's fine. I'm not really too concerned. I could have clicked Rock Slide here, but at the same time, this shouldn't really matter too much, in my opinion, because we'll still have bulky Garganacl, which they'll struggle to KO. Even with close combat, for example, they'll still struggle to KO it, in my opinion. The Ascarada is gone completely, which is great. So they're just going to have one more mon in the back. And even with the Life Orb chip, they'll still take a ton from Brave Bird, so it should essentially be a 1v1. Their only way of winning this is if they're Terra something Volcarona, which if they do, then they just win the game. But I kind of just need to bank on that. They would need to be Terraing to Grass or Water here, essentially. Or Covert Cloak, I guess. Tinkaton, I think I can set up around, especially if I just recover and then into Iron Defense, that should be fine. Especially with how much Fizz Def we have, I'm pretty okay with this. Okay, so we're going to bring in Garganacl here, and my opponent's going to proceed to bring in Annihilate. Okay. So I'm actually kind of curious. How fucking... Okay, it's probably just because Chomp was faster initially. Okay. Well, this is fine, actually, because I'm just going to go for Iron Defenses. Annihilate, I don't think it'll KO now that we obviously... Yeah, okay. So Annihilate won't actually KO anymore, which is great. Because before it was KOing, considering the fact that it had the Defiant boost. Now it no longer has that. We'll also get some Leftovers recovery back, and I should be able to recover up this turn. And what I need to do, I just need to keep getting up Iron Defenses, and then go for Salt Cure. Just a single Salt Cure. So we're going to go for recovery here. Tailwind Peter Drop, it's fine. It doesn't really affect this endgame at all. So they're going to keep dropping their defense by clicking Close Combat, but it's kind of the only way they have to damage us. Beautiful. We'll get this recover up. And I just need to keep clicking recover at this point. They're going to keep dropping their defenses. The +2 should be enough. Though, obviously, I would like to eventually get to +4, just because it'll be a lot more comfortable to click Salt here. So, we're going to go for another recover here. If they go for Bulk Up, so be it. They're already at -2, and even including that, I should still be fine. So, we're going to go for another recover. Plus, if they click Bulk Up, it's an Iron Defense turn, so I'll take that. I will say, I know that we're kind of playing into crit. I don't want to speak into existence, knock on wood, but we are kind of playing into crit. But at the same time, I think it's necessary because this is how I win the game. I can't boost Rage Fist. Well, I could boost Rage Fist, actually. It'll do less damage to me, especially with Purifying Salt. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, they're doing around 80 right now. I'm going to click an Iron Defense into another recover, and then I'm going to click Salt Cure. Because that should be enough. That should be enough to justify. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be pretty healthy now at this point, and we're also gonna be pretty bulky. I just need to make sure that, again, I'm not letting this mon boost itself as much as it wants. So we're gonna go for one recover here, and then I'm gonna go for Salt Cure, and then I'm gonna go for another recover, and I think it's my game plan. But essentially, though, we should do enough damage at this point. It's dropped so much defense. I do just need to make sure that I am not playing into the fact that this could KO me, because someone might call this stall, sure, but at the same time, though, and I know as well, I'll acknowledge that the crit would just KO anyway. But I need to make sure that I'm healthy enough to where I don't get fucked over by rolls. Because let's say the roll was like 40 to 50, and I got like a 50 HP roll there. Well, another 50-ish roll would KO. So now we're in a position where I can actually just justify clicking Salt Cure. I don't need to get the +6 up. This is a Ghost type Annihilate, and it doesn't benefit at all by clicking Terra here, truthfully. And the best part is too, is by clicking Terra Chomp on both games, we have Terra Annihilate in the back for this, as a potential win con later on, especially if it gets to a point where I do accidentally Intimidate this Mon. So that's pretty valuable, especially going into game 3. This is great information that has been preserved. I still have a lot of other Terra types too. The fact that I've only had to reveal the one on Garchomp will be amazing for us. So Salt Cure is officially popped. I'm gonna click another Salt Cure here, and then I'm gonna proceed to go for a Recover. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that because I should be fine. I should be fine to just click Salt Cure. I'm doing too much damage anyway, and they're not doing enough. Yeah, they're doing like 50. Okay, beautiful. So they're already pretty fucking obnoxiously low defense-wise. Yeah. So I can actually just click Salt Cure at this point, and I'm pretty okay with this. They won't have enough HP. Objectively speaking, they will not have enough HP. I don't even have a reason to click Recover this turn. So I'm just gonna claim my KO. They won't do enough. Even if they have Drain Punch in the back for some reason, they won't do enough damage. So close combat. Yep, beautiful. Okay. GG to my opponent for game 2. We're gonna get into game number 3 though. So we'll see you guys then. And yeah, good luck. Have fun to Hopeless in game number 3. Sorry for the endgame stall, but it was kind of necessary for this one. Peace though. Okay, so looking at game number 3, they've consistently led off with Tatsugiri in every situation. They know obviously as well that we do have the potential to threaten Tatsugiri Meowscarada lead. I don't know if they'll lead off with that again. I feel like Tatsugiri will definitely lead objectively because it's a great way around Tailwind. Do I lead off with Morgrem? I feel like Morgrem Chomp actually could be a pretty threatening lead. Or not Morgrem Chomp, Morgrem Gyarados could be a threatening lead. The issue would be Annihilate. If that leads off again, that could be pretty terrifying. But if Annihilate doesn't lead off, I think that's a huge net positive for me. At the same time though, I feel like leading off with Gyarados did set us back quite a bit last time. So I'm not going to lead off with that. I am going to lead off with Morgrem Chomp. Morgrem Chomp should be pretty decent. I feel like Gyarados is still pretty valuable here though. Actually, no, I am going to lead off with Morgrem Gyarados. I think I'm going to risk it. I think ultimately it'll pay off a lot. And then I'm going to bring Garganacl in the back because this is the game I'm going to pop Terra Fairy, I think. I'm almost certain of it. And yeah, good luck and fun to my opponent. I'm just hoping for no Annihilate Tatsugiri. If they lead Annihilate Tatsugiri, it screws me over a bit, but it's not a huge concern. So let's see. So Gyarados versus Annihilate. Let's see. So definitely not going to click Terra Flying right away, but Rock Slide. I do want to calc this obviously because if it's +2, but we also have Intimidate popped, and we have Reflect up, and this doubles. They're very bulky on Annihilate, by the way. They do have Intimidate popped though. They're fairly bulky, like really bulky. And I only know this because the fact they didn't KO Gyarados last time. Well, no, because we're also kind of invested on Gyarados, but like not a lot. They're definitely fairly bulky though. We're gonna regardless go for a Reflect here, and I'm gonna go for a Dragon Dance because my goal at this point is to not make myself weaker to Icy Wind damage, just so I'm taking as little as possible. I'm gonna go for the Reflect plus Dragon Dance combination here. They're gonna actually withdraw Tatsugiri. That's really good for us because that means that they never can KO. And especially with the fact that Meowscarada is coming in, that's pretty valuable for us. So they have Tatsugiri / Annihilate, and then Meowscarada. Okay, they flinched Gyarados. Fucking, ugh, okay. That's pretty bad, actually. That's so fucking bad. Shit. That's pretty not good. Well, at the very least, Morgrem is kind of fucked here. And I can't just switch out. I'm gonna go for a Light Screen, not because I need to, but because I kind of have to. And I'm going to... Let's see, so I know that they outpace me, so there's no reason to burn my Terra here. I'm just gonna click Waterfall. And no, I'm gonna click Waterfall into Meowscarada. Very, very fucking unfortunate though. I just lost my lead mons. We have dual screens up to be fair, but I don't think it really matters. Like, I don't think it matters at all. They're gonna kill Gyarados, it's fine. And then, what are they gonna do versus Morgrem? They're going to click Rock Slide. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. We're gonna proceed to go into Garganacl here. Because ultimately, I need to click Terra Fairy, like immediately. Immediately I need to click Terra Fairy and go for Assault Cure on that fucker. And then I'm gonna go for Taunt and Annihilate, not because I think it'll matter, but because I kind of just have to. Again, I really just am in a position where I have to do it. We're gonna go for Iron Defense here, though. I just need to hope that this is not for nothing. Thankfully, they... Oh, fuck. Okay. They're going to Tinkaton. Okay, that's fine. Because ideally, what I can actually do next turn is I'm gonna have my Iron Defense up, so Gigaton will do less. We're still taking super effective hits from this, but it's not a huge concern. Let's see. So what's our spread on this? So we're 228, 282, and we're pretty Fizz Def. So I'm okay with this actually. Tinkaton. They can't Sword Stance either, which is valuable. They're actually gonna be like they're gonna be 3 KOing, which is great, especially with their Reflect Up. Oh yeah, they do nothing. They do fucking no damage. We lost our leftovers here, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's not a huge deal. Just in case, I'm gonna Parting Shot into Tinkaton. We know the 4 slots here, so that means no Raptor, no Volk. Good to note. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna Parting Shot here. And then I'm gonna go for Salt Cure into Tinkaton. Tinkaton should do no damage to us, even if they're gonna go for Gigaton Hammer. It should be like a 4 at KO, which I'll take that. And getting the Salt Cure up on this should be great. Oh, this doesn't even account for the -1 this will have either. So this will also be -1 attack. Yeah, this should do like 22% max. Even if it's Adamant Life Orb, it does like 22% max. If they do more than that, they're banded. But I'm okay with banded, actually, truthfully. We're gonna go into Garchomp here, because Garchomp can just go for Rock Slide, and we're just gonna go for flinches. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll definitely take that. Gigaton Hammer goes off into the Morgrim spot. That's fine. They're taking Rough Skin instead, so I'm okay with this for many reasons. Actually, they're not. They're not Sandville, right? They're Protective Pads. Okay, good to know. Either that or Gigaton Hammer is not Contact, which would be news to me at the very least, but it'd be interesting. So one benefit they do have here is the fact that they have not revealed Terra types, which is good to know. How much does Tinkaton Play Rough do to Garchomp? With -1, Play Rough does like no damage. Okay, good to note. Good to note. And I'm gonna click a Sword Stance here, actually, and I'm gonna click Salt Cure into the Annihilate spot. They're gonna withdraw Tinkaton, so be it. They're gonna probably bring in Masquerade here, right? Tatsugiri, actually. Okay, Tatsugiri coming in is fine. Tatsugiri is not really a big threat in my opinion. I kind of wish that I clicked Rock Slide, but ultimately it's not a huge concern. Just solely to get chip on Tatsugiri. They're gonna go for Ice Punch, actually. Okay, Ice Punch on Chomp. Ooh. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so this isn't a huge concern. I actually just need to protect into Salt Cure. Salt Cure on Tatsugiri specifically, because I just need to see what it's gonna click. I need to see what it's gonna click. And ultimately, I just need to start Salt Curing their team down. Albeit Rage Fist is looking pretty strong at this point, but I kind of just need to hope. We're gonna go for Salt Cure into Tatsu. Yeah, we're looking not great. We're looking not great. They're gonna withdraw Annihilate, so be it. It's not a huge concern. We're gonna Salt Cure the Tatsugiri though. This should be some good damage if nothing else. They're gonna probably Icy Wind, but so be it. I just need to stall out a turn, really, is all I need to do here. And they're gonna go for Icy Wind. Yep, okay. Makes a lot of sense. They're just trying to chop Chomp speed. Well, they're just trying to KO Chomp, truthfully. I don't really care about speed on Garganacl, and the fact that they're not clicking Muddy Water is really good for us, but this is probably their only spread move. They probably have like Pump, Draco, Dragon Pulse, and like Icy Wind or some shit. They're gonna take a good amount from this, actually, so they'll probably be like just above half, which I'll value that. So at this point, it's gonna come down to, I guess, do they value? So we're gonna go for the Earth. We're gonna go for the Earthquake here. It's gonna come down to, I guess, what do they value? We're gonna go for Salt Cure and a Tinkaton. Okay, so they're gonna kill with Icy Wind. That's fine. And they'll be at near dead with the fucking Tatsugiri here, so I'm okay with this actually. And we're gonna get the Salt Cure off into Tinkaton, so I'm okay with this. I'm fine with them. Oh, they went for Encore. Shit. And that's gonna be really bad. That's actually a good way for them to Stall Break me. But we'll still get some good damage off, to be fair. That might not matter a ton, I will say. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So they have Gigaton Hammer and they have Salt Cure. And they have Encore. I'm gonna Encore into the, let's see, so I should be fine on screen turns. I'm gonna Taunt into Tinkaton, and I'm gonna go for Encore, not Encore, I'm gonna go for Salt Cure into Tatsu. If Tatsu goes down here, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we're gonna go for Taunt. And I'm gonna go for Yeah, we're gonna go for Salt. And actually, I'm gonna go for Salt Cure into Tatsu. I just want to KO Tatsu here. They're gonna withdraw anyway. That's fine. I figured they might try and preserve this or just go for like pumps later on in the game. They're gonna go into Masquerada here. Okay, so be it. So we're gonna get some good damage off on this as well, which will be valuable. We're gonna taunt this just in case. But I don't think it really matters. It purely just matters, I guess, for like protect turns, like random protect turns. They'll go for Gigaton here and a Morgrim. They're taking me out. That's fine. I don't mind Morgrim being gone because I think that genuinely speaking, we might somehow have an out with this. Specifically with just the Garganacl. I think we're set up enough, and they're so physical heavy. They basically need to hope that Tatsu can Oko me, I think, or get me in a position where it can Oko me. The biggest issue here, I think, will be Masquerada. That will actually be almost a threat. But Tengenton only has like one more turn. So I'm going to Salt Cure into that spot because I'm locked in anyway. And basically my game plan here is to either catch whatever mon comes in next or to, yep, they're going to withdraw Tengenton. What are they going to go into? They're going to go into Tatsu? Don't go into Tatsu. Go into Tatsu. They're going to go into Tatsu. Beautiful. So Tatsu should be taken out, guaranteed, which is great for me. Albeit, Tengenton is still a threat. Objectively, Tengenton is still a threat here because it can go for Gigaton Hammer, and that plus Flower Trick is going to do a good amount of damage. Oh, actually, Flower Trick just KOs. Okay, then I lose. I objectively just lose. I hope this just got me. Very unfortunate. Kind of wishing I went for something that was more like a fire or something here. But ultimately, I still stand by the play for Fairy. I think Fairy was really good as an Annihilate check because my team definitely could have been pressured by it pretty easily. So I'll take that. Just unfortunate. We're going to definitely lose though. But you know what? Honestly, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Tengenton's going to come in though. And yeah, they're going to guarantee win the game. Because there's no way in hell that I take the hit from both these mons. I mean, hell, Masquerada alone did like 80. So we'll have to take that. Hopeless just played the better game. Pick out just for the security, I guess. Didn't really matter, but, you know, obviously it doesn't really matter to not click it either. So definitely good play regardless by Hopeless. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. 0-1 start to the season, but you know what? It's okay. I brought it to game 3. So I will take that. And even still, the game 3 was fairly close as well, despite the fact that it was a 3-0 loss. They still had a lot of mons that were like nearly taken out. So I'll definitely take that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Shout out to channel members, of course, being Josh, aka Ultra Player, Mia, Zeke0, Matt O'Shea, Nox Nocturnal, and Koemi. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure, of course, to hit the channel member button where you can get an extra video every week, as well as subscribe so you stay up to date on future content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out, guys.